Today we are talking about my top 4 tips for being a beginner in fitness. Here we go. So today we are diving right into everything that I want you to know about being a beginner in fitness. And if you want the expanded version of this, where I go into more detail and give you more tips, check out my podcast. It's called Meet Your Body. You can find it anywhere that you listen to podcasts, and I'll also have the link below. I have a new episode there with my top tips, even more than I'm offering today. So you can go ahead and listen to that whenever you have time. I love working with beginners in fitness. I absolutely love it. It's one of my passions. It's why you'll see so many workouts here on YouTube for beginners. And I want you to feel empowered and encouraged and supported in your journey, especially when you're a beginner. And unfortunately, in the health and fitness and wellness world, that isn't always the case. So today we are talking about the top tips that I want you to have as a beginner in fitness. And this is coming from someone who is cheering you on as loudly as I possibly can. My first tip is to find somewhere where you feel those things I mentioned. I want you to feel encouraged. I want you to feel empowered. I want you to feel supported, and I want you to feel celebrated for being a beginner. When you walk into a class in person, or you start work with a personal trainer, or whether this means your friend down the street, or social media influencers you follow, or people on YouTube like me that you follow, or instructors you know, or your partner, or your best friend, whoever it is that you are talking to about your fitness journey, you should feel encouraged. They should be cheering for you and supporting you in the season of life that you are in. If you walk in anywhere or have a discussion or read anything that makes you feel discouraged or makes you feel ashamed or makes you feel guilty about not starting yet, then you are going to walk away. I know that might be easier said than done, but there are so many amazing instructors and amazing influencers out there helping you and encouraging you right now. And that is so important, not just in a beginner journey, but in life. There are those of us out there who are going to lift you up, who are going to give you options in different seasons of life. If you have a surgery, if you are taking care of an elderly parent, if you get sick, any of these things can happen, and you should have options available to you. You should have variations available to you, and you should have someone there saying, I can give you an alternative. Just stick with us. We're gonna do this together. I will hold your hand. I will cheer you on. And you are going to be able to make your own informed choices about your body and about exercise. So my number one tip, my overarching tip in all of this, is to make sure that wherever you are when you're starting this fitness journey, it feels supported by the people around you. My next tip is to lose the all or nothing mentality. That again is pretty common, unfortunately, in fitness. We seem to think that if we can't do a full hour or we can't do the hardest workout or lift the heaviest weights, then we might as well not do anything. That's what I mean by all or nothing. And that simply sets us up for failure. It either means that you won't do anything at all, or it means that you won't do anything for 5 days, and then you'll do that 1 hour workout on the day you finally have time. You'll end up being sore because you weren't prepared for it, and that sets you back for another week. Neither of those things are helpful. It is okay if at this season of life for you, you can only do 10 minutes a day. But if you can do 10 minutes a day, I want you to commit to consistently do 10 minutes a day. The consistency is the key. Whether it's 10 minutes or 20 minutes or an hour, it's all about consistency. So what can you do right now realistically? Set yourself up for success. Look at your life, what space you have, and say, what can I actually do? I can maybe walk for 10 minutes every day. I can go for a walk around lunchtime, and then I can do this YouTube video for 10 minutes every day. Great. That is your plan. You are gonna stick with that, all right? And then once that is a habit for you, and once that feels like it's consistent in your life, then you can add more. So maybe you are building up to that 1 hour place, but it starts small sometimes. So remember, we're going to ditch the all or nothing mentality. You are going to remember that any movement is good movement, and even 10 minutes a day will make a difference in the long run. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other and be consistent with it. My third tip when it comes to having a successful beginner fitness journey is to have a plan. So what happens, and this happens in our brain, scientifically proven, the way our brain works is if you give yourself too many choices, then we actually shut down. Like our brain stops, it doesn't make a choice, and it won't do any of those things. We can become paralyzed by too many choices. And what I mean by that in fitness is there are so many things to choose from, as you probably know. Am I supposed to do dumbbells today, or do I do resistance training or body weight or Pilates? Is it upper body day? Is it lower body day? How many cardio days a week should I have? All of those things can get overwhelming so that we don't do any of it. So having a plan is extremely important at any point, but especially when you're beginning, because it gives you something to follow and it takes away all those extra choices. So while you're making all of these changes, it becomes much more sustainable if you just know simply what you're going to do each day. And again, that can come from different places. Maybe you're working with a professional. Maybe you're working with someone online. I have links and resources for a lot of beginner programs, and I'll put those down below. There are lots of different things that you can do. You might just create your own, which is great as well. Maybe you look at your life like we talked about, and you know that you can do 10 minutes a day of walking, and you can do 3 days a week of dumbbells. Whatever it is, make that your plan, and then don't think too much about it for a month. You just stick with that plan. And then once again, that plan is consistent, and once you're really good at having a habit of doing that, walking every day, 3 days a week of dumbbells, whatever it is for you, once it's a habit, then you start to add more. Then you add more choices. Then you add more to your plan because it's already built into your life. If you ask yourself to go from nothing to choosing from 60 different things every day, your body will actually just stop doing any of it. That's just the way that we work as human beings. So make a plan. Decide you're going to stick with it anywhere from 4 to 12 weeks. I think that's a really great place to start. That's how long it takes to see some results and to build habits. So make a plan for 4 to 12 weeks. Stick with it. Don't make it too fancy. Make it something that you know you can stick with. And that is a really big piece on your way to long-term results. And then the final thing that is so important is to know that you are worth making this time and making this commitment to fitness and movement, or simply feeling more strength and empowerment in your own body. Some of you might be nodding along saying, oh yeah, I absolutely know that. And I know a lot of you are saying, that's the hard thing. It's hard to say no to other people when you have a block of time for exercise that you've written in, but somebody else needs something. I bet many times you will not do your exercise and help that person instead. It's hard to say no. I want you to believe that you're worthy, that this is a valuable and respectable goal. I want you to know that you're allowed to take up space, that you are allowed to do these things for yourself. I can tell you, at least as a mom of 2 young kids, it's okay to close the door and say, Mom's gonna be in here for 30 minutes working out. If it's an emergency, come get me. Otherwise, you're good for 30 minutes, because they are, I promise. And that goes for a lot of different things. And yes, you might have to change things in your life. You might have to get up a little earlier or work around a work schedule. There are a lot of things that we do have to do to make moving our body a priority. And I just want to be the one encouraging you to say, you are worth it. You are so valuable. I want you to feel good in the body that you have. We only have one, and it serves us through our life. And so we can take this time to be a partner with our body, to learn how to do that. And it's worth taking the time to do it. But I want you to believe it. So if that's hard for you, take a little bit of time to dig into that and work that muscle as well. You have to work those muscles of self-belief just as much as we work the muscles in our physical body. So those are a few of my tips for being a beginner in fitness and having a successful journey and feeling really good about it as well. I want you to find some joy with this. I want you to feel good moving your body. So again, if you want a little bit more, especially where we talk more about tips for beginners, actionable steps, and believing in yourself, come on over to my podcast called Meet Your Body, and I will see you on your mat soon.